For 50 years, the military junta has brought fear and poverty to this beautiful and spiritual country. For 50 years, this country has been off limits to foreign travelers. In 2010, the generals relinquished their control of the country as its borders slowly opened to the Western world. By the time 2013 rolled around, the number of foreign arrivals exploded to more than 2 million visitors. Is it Myanmar or Burma? You ask 100 Burmese people and 50% will say Myanmar and 50% will say Burma. So come join me on the road as we travel across this mysterious country I call Burma. Hi everyone, my name is Jay Seldin and we're here in my studio. We're going to take a look at some of the photos that I had taken while I was traveling in Burma. This very first photo is a typical photo that I photograph while I travel. It's in a barbershop. They call this a beauty parlor, but it's a barbershop. This is where men go to get their hair cut and a shave and discussion. And men spend a lot of time talking about political activities that go on. And as you notice in the lower right-hand corner, there's a large picture of a local general and two smaller pictures of a young woman. That local general is Aung San, hero of the democratic reform. And the two smaller photos are of his daughter, Aung San Suu Kyi. These images are important because they represent the new beginning of a democratic society in Burma. This is a young boy that I photographed in the jade market in Mandalay, Burma. This is not an uncommon situation that we see here, where young children are doing all kinds of labor. Unfortunately, education is at a minimum in Burma today. Hopefully one day that will change, but right now we see an awful lot of children doing labor tasks that should be done by adults only. This is a photograph I had taken of a young man on the street in the capital of Burma, Yangon. The photograph is about jobs. It's about a job that's soon to be obsolete, a job that will be replaced by cell phones. How much longer does this man have to earn a living with this phone? Only time will tell. This next photo that I'm showing you now is about roasting garlic. Can you imagine walking down a street in Mandalay where you smell garlic and you see garlic all over the place, and then you see smoke coming out of a hut? You walk down the hut and here are these three guys roasting garlic. That's what they're doing all day long. They're roasting garlic. It was an amazing sight. You could hardly see. It was so dark in there. So this photograph was shot with a really high ISO. That's why there's so much grain in it. One of my favorite things to do when I'm traveling is to find something on a back road that not too many people are witnessing. And this is one of those events. I was very fortunate to kind of find my way to a small village that was having a ceremony for young boys to become novice monks. And during the ceremonial procedures, part of it is to get their head shaved. You can see the reaction of this young boy. This is not one of his favorite tasks. Losing his hair to become a monk was not something he cherished. So this photo is a part of the sequence from the ceremony of becoming a young monk. And in this photo here, the young boy goes with their family over to the local water pump, and gets bathed. So he gets all cleaned up, because as soon as he's finished being bathed, they go upstairs to the temple where the monks address them, and they get themselves their little red cloth uniforms, becoming a monk, and the ceremony is then over. So I just want to say thanks for coming by the studio, and the next time I see you, we'll be on the road to another adventure.
From the time we chose to make a decision, found real life when I looked around. Was never a question that had arisen. Picked more than my pride up off the ground. There's been a change. You can be my witness.